Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another recap of Blueface and Chrisean's Crazy in Love Season 2, Episode 3, Decisions. So if y'all been keeping up lately, y'all would know that Chrisean's pregnant, and basically she's basically trying to abort the baby because Blue doesn't love her the way that she loves him. It's like she has this man on a pedestal, and she has him up here, and he has her like right here. So in her eyes, she's has him like he's a king, and he's not treating her accordingly, and he feels as if he don't want to have a baby with her, and this is basically where she's at right now. So as y'all seen from the last episode, she was in the tub, well, the jacuzzi, crying in the backyard, and her sisters Tessa and Tifa was there to try to comfort her. But Tifa, she's trying to comfort her, but she really is not like on that level right now, because everything is just like she's so like, how would you put it, negative. And she's not really there to give her sister the love and support that she really wants. So eventually, I think Tifa leaves. She goes in the house. Tessa's just there, hugs her or whatever. Eventually they get her out the jacuzzi, and she changes into some clothes. Next thing you know, her mom pulls up, and she greets her and gives her a hug and stuff like that. And it just started going like back to what she was not trying to hear. So basically, her mom was just telling her everything of how Chrisean was actually feeling. Her mom was basically telling that to her face. And at that moment, Chrisean really wasn't trying to hear all that. She just wanted them to just be there, support her, and, just like give her encouraging words. But for some reason, things started going left there. They started talking about the past, talking about how her mom didn't believe in abortion. That's why she has 12 kids, 8 girls, 4 boys. And they all turned out beautiful in their own way, regardless if they wanted to be hard-headed or not. Made a few mistakes throughout their life, but it's still a blessing. Children are a blessing from God, and God has the last say. I understand, you know, I don't believe in that, but, I don't want you to think that that's just what you have to do. Like, you don't have to be with a man to raise your child, because there's plenty of women who've been through that situation. They let the dude go, and they're successful in their life regardless of what they got going on. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. I've seen it through observations in my family, friends, and all. Like, I honestly could tell you, like, yeah, you don't need a man for everything. You might need him for one thing, but you don't need him for everything. I mean, it's obviously nice to have him to that capacity of everything that you want, of your wants and desires, but sometimes you're not dealt the cards that you're dealt. Like, everybody can't pick and choose. If that was the case, how many people would be happy with everything they got going on, and all you gotta do is pray and pray and hope for the best. So that went left. Then next, I think they went into the kitchen and whatever, and Tessa was like, I'm gonna love and support you, whatever, regardless of what you want to do. You want to keep the baby, you want to abort the baby. It is what it is. That's your decision. I'm gonna love and support you. Tifa, she's talking about how I'm gonna love you and support you too, but it's just, I just feel like that she's not acting the same, because normally she will hug and jump on me. Right now, of course, that's what she used to do, because before she was pregnant. So now her emotions are in overdrive, and she really doesn't know how to cope with this, because I guess this is either her 4th or 5th child with Blue, because the other one she miscarried on. So she really hasn't gone through the experience of the emotional mood swings that she's going through as her body is going down this journey to prepare life. And it's all new for her, because it's just something she didn't experience this length of time. So everybody's not understanding it, but at the same time, she don't want nobody to understand. She just want them to be there for her or whatever. So next thing you know, words and stuff got heated between Tifa and Chrisean, and Tessa's in the middle trying to break it up. Next thing you know, Tifa swings and she hits Tessa, and then Chrisean, she ends up punching Tifa in the face, and then that goes back and forth. It was just too much. The mom was just sitting there like, these are my children, but like at the same time, like what can she really do? So Tifa's outside, the security took her outside, whatever, and Chrisean was like, listen, just get out the house. And Tessa is still trying to hold Chrisean back to keep her calm and cool, whatever. Next, you know, Tessa's outside with Tifa's husband, and he's talking about how he's basically sticking up for his wife. So basically, Rock was in the wrong. But first of all, y'all in her house trying to be disrespectful to her, saying, talking on side to side of your neck. Like, y'all should be there comforting her and just listen to whatever she got to say, not have something negative to say behind it. And what's the case or whatever. So, yeah, and at one point, her mother was basically trying to like disrespect and downplay how Blue sees Rock, and the same thing at the same, like, how you gonna just be disrespectful and degrading talking about us, but you can also talk to us without having to be like so negative. And she was like, yeah, I understand, I just won't bring it up again. It was a minute for them to eventually calm down and stuff. That was it was just too much to unpack. Like, I understand how she want her family there, but at the same time, when stuff just girl left, it was like, dang, what did I really think about? Did I really think this all the way through? Like, I already know how my family get down, but it's like, dang. I was hoping that it would change. That's just the kind of vibe I'm getting. And her family actually kind of reminds me of, y'all remember, y'all was watching Keisha Cole show back in the day. Like, her mom and Neffy and all of them, like, how they would, like, gang up on Keisha and stuff like that. Even though she was trying to be positive, that's just how her family is given. And then Rock was also talking about how her mom was homeless. She's now living with one of her daughters. Like, her mom always asking her for money. And her mother got mad because she would call and Rock wouldn't answer the phone, because I guess Rock knew, like, what her family really wanted. They just wanted her money. Like, I can see why she's stressed out from there. It's a lot that this young girl has been going through. And she tries to put on a brave face. And on top of that, she's becoming a huge star. And it's like, it's so much. It's overwhelming. And she just don't know how to take it all in. On fact of, yeah, being a huge star. Being the breadwinner of the family. Also, just impending pregnancy. Like, it's a lot of emotions that's going through her mind. And she's basically drained from left to right, A to Z. And it's just like, who's really going to be there to pick her up and help her through the process and just guide her on this journey? Like, I can see it's like she's kind of in limbo and whatnot. So eventually they get through that day. Now it's the next day. She's headed to the doctors to get her DNA testing and paternity testing. So everything starts off good. Blue goes there to the hospital with her. Her friend Marsh goes there. So the doctor's telling her about the procedure and whatnot. So they're going to swab Blue's mouth, and they're going to give a blood test from Chrisean. And Chrisean was like, so why didn't I get no blood drawn from him? And the doctor explained to her, well, in other words, you're the one that's carrying the baby. So the baby is basically surviving through you. So their blood flow is your blood flow. So it makes perfect sense why we got to draw blood from you. Okay? So they explained that to her. And she was like, okay. And basically told her like that she'll get the results in a couple of weeks. Then after that, she went inside to the doctor's office, and she was talking about, let's see how far along you really are. So some from another, come to find out, she got pregnant around like late December, early January of like Christmas of last year, whatever. And she's around 20 weeks and 2 days. And she was like, if you're thinking about aborting, because you still have a chance to abort up until viability. So I guess until it's time to be born. And She's like, by the time that happens, the results probably won't be in that thing. So it's kind of like, yeah. So Blue comes in and she basically tells him like, listen, the doctor's trying to tell me how far along I really am and the dates of conceivement and stuff like that. Oh, sorry. So he sits down. He was like, yeah, I already know because based on what you told me and like my intuition and stuff like that. So basically he thinks that it's not his baby, but we all know that's his baby because that's the only person you've ever seen her with. Physically, everything that they went through, he was there. Like, whatever. So the doctor tells them that. And then after that, they went through the room to get an ultrasound and another pregnancy test done. So they walk to the room. The doctors go to show her belly, to show you how the face looks and stuff like that. By that time, Tessa gets there and her mom gets there. Meanwhile, Chrisean, Marsh, and Blue, Marsh is on the outside watching, and Blue goes into the room with Chrisean, and her mom pulls up. Tessa gives her a hug and a kiss. The mom, like, you could tell that she wanted her mom to be there at the same time. Her mom was giving out this negative energy that she wasn't trying to listen to. So her mom gives her a kiss, and she rubs the belly. Right when she rubbed her belly, you can tell it's just like instant disgust. And then her mom just started talking like negative. She was like, so can I still get an abortion? And her mom blurted out, no, you cannot. And you just see the disgust on Chrisean's face, and it's just like, dang, why did I actually bring these people here? Like, oh my God, did I really make this wrong decision? So after that, they told her to like put this gown on so they could see the baby and whatnot. They do all of that. And then at the same time, I believe they're waiting around in the waiting area, and Marsh and Blueface, they get into it talking about the dates of conception. And Rock was not trying to hear it. She was like, listen, y'all just let it go. Like, I don't need to hear this right now. I'm worried about the baby, and this right here is stressing me out, which I totally get it. It was just too much for her to handle. I don't know. She's truly a rock. Like, she's strong-willed and minded. And it's sad that she has to go through all this without that love and support that she really, really needs right now. So after that, they leave out the office and they leave out the place. And her mom's talking about she got to tell Blue this. And she was like, I guess her mother figured out something that Rock probably didn't think she knew, but she knew. She was like, yeah, I know. And then she started crying all over again. And so she started screaming at her mom. It's just like, it was a lot. It was a lot to unpack in this episode. It was really sad and emotional because not once did you not see her smile. This girl's been sad. She's been basically off and on crying this whole episode. It was truly, truly, truly emotional and sad to watch. Like, what in the world? I just hope and pray that, next week's episode goes a lot better. I guess it shows Blue and Rock getting on a better accord. But who knows? It might go left again. Who knows? So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. And y'all stay tuned for next week. I got y'all. And see you in the next one. Bye.